thought our guys played really hard and physical. Made some really good plays at times. But so did theirs. They got a tough physical football team, extremely well coached. And the bottom line is they just made more plays. They made more plays. They made plays when they needed to make them at the end of the game, particularly. And it's awfully disappointing to lose that game because we were in position to win it, and we just couldn't make enough plays. Get a first down and keep a drive alive, or get a stop and get them off the field. And at the end, when it was tied 17-17, we just needed a first down, and we couldn't get it. And had to punt to them, and credit to them. They put a drive together and made a play there and beat us. So but I'm proud of our guys for the way they fought. I thought they played really tough and physical. And there's a lot of good things we did, but unfortunately, just too many things that we fell short on. You know, it's either assignment or fundamentals. Typically, what's going to show up, and then other times it's just Tulane's players making a play, being more athletic in some places and making a play, and blocking us up and making a play, or beating the block and making a play, whatever it may be. But I thought our guys made some good athletic plays and made some tough plays too. They just made more.
Ken, you want to start us off?
Yeah, Coach. You get out at 17-10. Kel Helms survived the fumble, which was picked up by Tex Brennan. Hey, what did you see on that play?
On the fumble?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see it. It was kind of bang bang, and he was running the ball, and I think he kind of broke through a little seam there, and he was probably not sure he was going to throw it or not throw it. He had the ball in one hand, and I think it just got swiped out. I'm going off of what little I saw on the field and on the replay, but just a hustle play by Tex to get there and cover up the ball.
Well, Kel Helms ran 57 yards and scored on that drive to give you a lead with 5:14 to go. Tulane gets the ball back. They're running down the field. The Kel coordinator makes that play on 3rd and 9. Tackle at the 13. You're dealing with a 4th and 8, trying to defend that. What did it look like when they scored the touchdown?
Oh, he ran a route, and our guy was doing the very best he could to cover him. And he's a really good athlete and made a good play. And our guy lost his feet. Their guy didn't. He made a great throw. He was protected and had a nice, easy throw and tied it up.
And then Army had a short possession, and Tulane gets the ball back after a punt and goes down the field. 26-yard pass from Retzlaff to Shaz Preston. What did you see happening on that drive?
Well, it's disappointing we couldn't get a first down. They used all their timeouts, and so on 3rd down, had we just gotten a first down in that position, and or even given ourselves a little more manageable 4th down to keep the drive alive, at least we can stay on the field and have a chance to go score, kick a field goal, and at worst use up time. If we don't score, and they have very little time to go and kick a field goal themselves to win it, and we go to overtime. So we had control there, and by just not making the plays that we needed to. And I haven't seen the film, and we thought maybe on 3rd down there was a seam there, and perhaps didn't fit that run ball where we needed to, but we'll see. They did a good job. They made plays that got off some blocks, forced us to punt, and then they put the drive together. And on the touchdown pass, we got a guy in position there, and he's got as good a chance to get it as that guy. And they both kind of went up for it and popped up in the air, and there's Jabril over there covering him, and Colin Madison came running, and at that point when the ball's in the air, Colin knew he could just tackle the receiver or get the ball, and I think maybe he was going for the ball. I don't know. I haven't interviewed him about it, asked him, but he knew. I asked him, I said, you can hit that guy. He goes, Coach, I know I can tackle him when that ball goes up in the air. He knew that as soon as he came off the field. So they just Well, sometimes the ball bounces your way, sometimes it bounces their way, and that one obviously bounced their way.
And Coach, you had several really long drives. Beginning of third quarter, 13 plays, 80 yards for a touchdown, and then later another 14-play, 80-yard drive. You were moving the ball today. Cale Elms ran for 155 yards. He threw 7 of 10 for 125. Did you feel like the offense was maturing today, able to do the ball control you like?
Sure, they were moving the ball effectively, but at times we got stopped and we got stalled out, and that was disappointing. It's hard to just put those long, methodical drives together time and time again. It's hard to do that. And we had the drop touchdown pass early in the game. That's disappointing. And he had a little bit of pressure in his face. He kind of, was moving to his right when he threw it. His feet weren't set, so it wasn't like right on the money. But we rolled back, had a chance to catch it, and just didn't make the play. And we got to make those plays. In games like this, where it's close and you're playing a really good football team, you got to make those plays. You can't let those plays just be like, man, didn't get that one, we'll get the next one. There aren't next ones. And so it doesn't mean that the guy trying to catch it wasn't trying hard. He sure was. We just didn't make that play. And so those long, methodical drives are great. It's ball control. It keeps it away from the other team. And obviously, they were able to go really fast. The thing with our defense, they would take the ball from 0 to 80, 100 miles an hour, and get down. And then we got in the red zone and we played pretty good defense in the red zone. Had a 4th down stop, and forced a field goal, a field goal one time. And so, the defense was playing good and continuing to fight as they got down there close to the goal line and keeping them out of there. But just too many times the last 2 drives, they just got down there close, and we got to do a better job in the other parts of the field, not letting them get down. Twice in the last drive, we didn't have contain. The quarterback got flushed out to the left, his left, our right. And we got no contain player, and we should. One was a missed assignment. Guy didn't pick out like he was supposed to, and the other guy got hung up on a block and didn't twist around and get where he's supposed to be for contain. And gotta have contain. And so they were able to run the ball and get first downs. The first touchdown run they had by Retzloff, we didn't play a gap we were supposed to be in. Just missed an assignment, and that's disappointing. We can't do that. We're not good enough to not play the gaps we're supposed to, and cover the receivers we're supposed to, and run the routes we're supposed to, and block the guys we're supposed to. We gotta play really, really well in terms of our assignments and fundamentals. And when there's breakdowns, oftentimes there's plays made against us, and that was an example of one that got made against us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Austin, go ahead on Zoom.
We'll go first to Joe Iacono. Once again, we'll probably keep it a 2 per question for time. Joe, go ahead.
Sure. Hey, Coach Monken. First question, about Cale Helms. Had a good game, obviously not a perfect game, but very good game, very tough, played very well. Not only running the ball, but I think we saw him go 7 for 10 passing, which is pretty good. He just seems like he gains confidence literally on every series and just keeps getting better and better. Can you talk a little bit about his improvement?
He has improved. He's competitive. He's really tough. Ran the ball a lot for us today. Did a good job in the passing game, with the exception of that throw down the middle. And it wasn't a terrible throw. Like I said, there was a little bit of pressure. I'll get a good look at it when I can run it back in slow motion 17 times and just kind of see what was happening on the play. But he put it where the receiver could get it. And we just didn't make a play there. But he's tough, he's competitive, and I'm glad to see him having success and doing a better job taking care of the ball. Though he had that one slapped out on the screen. He's doing a pretty good job. He wants the ball, and he wants to lead the team. And I think our guys, the personality of this team, the temperament of this team, is a good fit for him, and what he's doing as a leader for us.
And last question, you mentioned it, disappointing loss because it was probably a matter of making 2 or 3 more plays, maybe 4 or 5 at the most. But Tulane as you also mentioned, Tulane's a super talented team, really well coached. For you guys to go on the road and play this tough, I know you want to win, obviously, but can you build confidence from a game like today?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if we can. We did some good things. Our guys fought. I don't think it was for a lack of effort. I don't think it was for a lack of toughness or playing physical. We certainly did that. They made plays, and we made some. They just made a few more than we did. And there's 3 or 4 or 5 plays, whatever it is. There's plays in the kicking game. The kickoff return, we kicked the ball on the ground, it bounced around, and we had 2 young guys that were in there on the coverage team, and that's my fault. And they allowed the ball to get outside of them for a good return, and they scored on that drive. There's things we all can do better. I thought our guys played hard and played tough, and it's a good team, but there's no solace in that for me. We want to win. We had a chance to win it. I mean, we're up with 5 minutes to go. And give them credit. They found a way to score 2 touchdowns in 5 minutes. We got to be able to get them off the field after we kick off to them. And then if they score and it's 17-17, we got to be able to get a first down and give ourselves a chance to take the ball down the field and kick a field goal and win the game. Or, at the worst, run the clock out and take it to overtime. And unfortunately, we didn't do either. And we punted it to them. And they took it right down the field on us, made plays, they lost contain, they completed passes, and then they had one bounce their way. And they probably deserved it after that. They had played well enough and hung in there long enough that it was just going to go their way, and that one did.
We'll go now to Seth Mendelson. Seth, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. My only question, to your point before, you talked about how you had long drives, and at the end of the game, in that last drive where you didn't get the first down, Helms just looked absolutely exhausted. And of course, we didn't get the first down. Is it possible that the team is relying too much on him? 39 attempts, and then of course he threw the ball a bunch of times, and the kid ran out of gas.
He didn't run out of gas. Before that drive, he says, "Give it to me. Just run me like a horse. I'm ready." He's ready. He was fine. He wasn't exhausted and couldn't go. That wasn't it. Probably we're running his own follow, and he probably didn't fit that where he needed to. And we'll look at it again, but we've had coaches look at it, and just sometimes they don't hit it exactly right, and that's the difference in the game sometimes. But that guy played his butt off and played really, really hard and played a good football game. He made some errors, but that's going to happen. He's a tough kid, and we're going to continue to rely on him.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Seth.
We'll go now to Ken McMillan. We'll wrap it up with Ken. Ken, go ahead.
Hey Jeff, thanks for coming on. We've seen it before with quarterbacks who get rid of the ball quickly, but how tough is it facing a quick release Jake Retzlaff? You guys seem to, I don't know, maybe you did something different in the second half, which made him be a little more patient or whatever, but can you tell us about facing a guy like that and what you did against him today?
Oh, he's a good player, number one. I mean, that guy won 11 games at BYU last year, and now he's won 6 here. He's got a pretty good starting quarterback record in the last couple of years. He's good at what he does. We mix up zone drops, and we mix up pressures and man-to-man, and we don't sit. We're not sitting ducks. We're changing. We have to change it up. We're not so physically superior that we can just say, "Hey, we're gonna line up the same defense, and we're just going to whip your butt up front and rush the passer, and don't worry, you can't get open on us because we're so athletic. We're going to cover you guys all over the field." And we got to mix it up, and so we did. We tried to mix it up on him and do different things, and they're a good team. he's a good player, and he's got a really good supporting cast, that offense. And so the guy made some plays. And like I said, a couple of times he ran the ball there late in the game. We didn't have contain. We should. We didn't get there. Didn't get where we needed to be positioned to keep contain on the quarterback. And what we don't want to do is give up throws over our head. Don't give them easy ones. We want to make them earn it. But that doesn't mean we want to just let them complete passes all the way down the field either. And there were times where we got them off the field. You know, we started the second half with a 3-and-out. It was big. And then we went down and scored. It was a really good turn of events right there for us. That kid's a good player. They got a good team. They got really good athletes. And, you know, our guys played their butts off and played hard. And we were in position to make some plays and didn't. And, you know, I'm disappointed we didn't. But, man, they're going to make some plays. The other team's going to make plays. They got a lot of guys on scholarship. And, you know, a lot of guys that were highly regarded in terms of their abilities. So I know they're going to make some plays. So I'm disappointed. I'm mad we lost because we had it in a position where we could have won the game and just couldn't quite finish.
And Jeff, I heard you say afterwards that clearly your focus is going to be on Air Force and the CIC competition. But when you look at the big picture, the course of your season may have changed in just a couple minutes there. Can you just tell us your thoughts on that?
The course of our season? What do you mean?
Meaning, you know, now you're a game under 500, you need to win 3 of your last 4.
I'll piss on that. I'm only worried about one game, and that's the next one. I'm not going to talk about any other games or a season. There's one game. And you know what? We just played our butts off against one of the best teams in the league, maybe the best team in the league. And we went toe-to-toe with them for 60 minutes. And they're really good. They got really good athletes. That's as well-coached a football team as there is anywhere in the country. And we came up a little bit short. But I promise you, that's behind us. And a whole new season starts as I'm sitting here on this seat. A whole new season has started, and it's the CIC season. So I promise you we're not thinking about anything else, talking about anything else. I'm not worried about anything else.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.